as we start to see like different individuals, different couples, we see the different dynamics, and then we learn from them. I think that is what makes things really very fun, dynamic. We see things, and then we learn along the way as well.
We know weddings can be very hectic at times, and a lot of times it takes up the weekends. Could you share with us how do you balance your personal life and career?
I think something that we haven't mentioned was that, previously, before I did this full-time, I actually have a full-time job. So I was in the construction industry, and that's how I got to know Angie, right? Because we were in the same school. So then after I graduated from uni, I had to be bonded to the industry for a while. So then after that, I think time management is very, very important, right? Having like my full-time job, my side hustle, as well as like my social, my family, all these kind of different aspects. Time management is key, really. Then apart from that is really having a very strong support system. I think without the support of my close friends, my family, or like even my current boyfriend, I think things would be a lot, very different. Yeah.
Now, Pei, with all the weddings that you have helped to plan, right, what are some of the biggest takeaway or lessons that you have from all this planning?
I think 3 points, right? Number one is adaptability, right? Things are ever changing right now, so we need to constantly adapt. Like for example, TikTok, right? I didn't expect myself to be on it, and of course, I'm still trying to explore. But just a few days I'm on it, I have already learned that I can gather knowledge from overseas wedding planners and then try to apply it in Singapore context. And then some things that they say are pretty valid, and I'm trying to learn and share with my couple. That's one. And I think another thing, networking is also very important. In terms of businesses, be it wedding planning or other things, networking helps you to see many things. You learn through the eyes of other people. Then we continue to absorb all of this, and then we try to be a better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the second one. And then the third one is really conviction in your passion is very, very, very important. I'm lucky that I managed to start early, like in the poly days, right? But some people they will only discover their passion at a later stage of their life, but that's perfectly fine, right? They just have to start to build on it, to act on it, basically, rather than just thinking, I'm too old, I don't want to build on my passion. I think that's not the case. So we just need to constantly believe in ourselves to do what we want to do.
Yes. Wow, that's three very powerful points that you just shared over there. Pei, could you give our audience some tips with regards to converting their passion and integrating into their entrepreneurship journey?
I think, like I mentioned earlier, we just need to start today. We don't sit on our plans and then keep thinking. There is no perfect way of starting anything, right? At first, before I started, I also started in a rush, right? Because I decided to start my business, say about a week before my best friend's wedding, because I really wanted to push my services out there, and there was like a 400 guest size. So I didn't want to let the opportunity slip. So if you ask me, 7 days before like being a formal wedding planner, what have I done and what have I perfected? I think there is nothing of such, right? We just have to go on board first, then we try to keep tweaking. Like I mentioned earlier, also trial and error. We just keep learning to see what suits our business model and how we adapt according to whatever the environment, right? Like now, COVID. Yes,
that's great. I think to conclude, I think entrepreneurship is more of an adventure, right? And I think it's always good to have a more positive outlook to see what's in store for you in this venture, right?
Yeah, and Pei also mentioned that once you find your passion, just go on out there and build on your passion. So there's never a right time, but once you get it, start on it. The key thing is to start on it. Okay, everybody, so we've come to the end of this episode of Spotlight with Angie
and Faith. Bye-bye.